Does he have it? Huh? Did he get it?
Yeah, I got it, man.
Oh,
Thank
you got
you. My go-to. Thank you, man.
Josh, I'm Jeff Flip, Orange County Register.
This is Jeff. Good to see you.
JP Hornstra, Daily.
Good to see you, man.
Hey, Josh, out of the college.
Nice to meet you. Good to see you. Old crew right here.
I didn't introduce myself. Dave Saltzer from Angels Win.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
Elaborate a little more when you said the Angels got serious on Wednesday. So you mean this past Wednesday? And when you say serious, what exactly does that mean? Is that when they came in with the heavy guns?
Yeah, they came in with, offer. Had met Artie and Carol on a Monday, that Monday before the Wednesday, and he wanted to get it done right then. But I was like, look, Katie and I got to pray about things, see if this is going to be possibly a place for us to be. We did, and we had peace about it, like I said, and it was just when they found out, we were okay. Let's start negotiating or whatever.
Blow the other ones away a little bit in terms of years, dollars?
You know what? We hadn't really even got into, numbers and years, really serious talks with anybody. So I can't really answer that question.
So how long was it from the time they first put a paper offer in front of you until the time you accepted and said, let's do it?
Let me think. Morning. I'm going to say less than 24 hours. Yeah.
Did Artie and Carol came to see you, you said on Monday? Was that in Texas?
Yeah, it was in Texas.
The two of them, nobody else?
John came, president.
Oh, Carpino.
Yeah. I haven't learned all names yet.
Yeah.
I learned them, but I forget them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your expectations going into free agency, and someone mentioned risk there and how it might impact your free agency. There's so much conversation about it. Now that it's all done and you have a sense of who is interested and how interested in things like that, how do you frame that now? How do you think people viewed you? All of it.
It's everybody can look at it different ways. I look at it as the people who needed to view me the way they needed to view me, so I didn't go there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Viewed me the way they needed to view me.
Almost a cop-out kind of
As
thing?
far as like injuries in the past and too much of a risk and all that stuff. So, not that they didn't want to sign me, but they didn't want to spend the money, and give me the years, more than 4 or 5 years. So it was,
Guys of your talent and production, they get 8, 9, 10 years.
Yeah, I don't
Even
even
at your
even want 8, 9, 10 years. That's just the truth. We'll go 5 and then see where we're at after that.
Is that true? Is that someone come to you with
Yeah, I
we
mean,
8, we won 9?
man, that's hard to think about. I mean, what the great thing about 5-year thing is, you give all you got. You're somewhere else. The focus of being somewhere else is exciting. The comfortability, might not be there yet, but it'll get there. It's almost like my wife says. It's like, when God directs us in a different direction, it's like He gives us a brand new present. We open it up for the very first time. It's so exciting, and it's fun. So, 5 years in Anaheim, I'm excited to see how the weather's. My body's going to respond to the weather. Just overall, it's going to be a big change. So.
How about hitting in the ballpark? Albert early last year got off to a slow start. Bigger park.
Albert didn't get my pop.
Albert
Ain't got my
Put on there, ha 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 ha.
How about let's put LOL?
Yeah.
Josh, seeing how your daughter and attention
are with your family. How much was your family's comfort and involvement in the process to make the decision to come here?
Yeah, well, it's me and Mama. I call my wife Mama. We make the decision. It's us to lead our kids. So it's going to be up to us. And they're excited to be wherever we are, and they get excited of the new prospects of going somewhere new. I mean, period. And LA, Anaheim, Disneyland's not a bad place to be.
So are you uprooting the family? Or are you going to stay in Westlake?
Texas is home. We made that official 3 years ago. Bought a ranch in Texas. Love Texas. But season time, we're going to be here, and go back to Texas.
Josh, when you met them in Nashville, were you under the impression they were still involved with Greinke, and did you have as many questions for them maybe as they had for you?
No, I didn't have tremendous questions for anybody. The thing was, we wanted to meet face to face. They share what their feelings and thoughts were about moving forward with the organization and how they felt like, I could be part of that. My wife and I shared what our vision and thoughts were with the foundation, and being tremendous in the community, and knowing Artie has a heart for the community and helping people and inner city kids and the common person. So we just shared with each other.
Josh, where are you on the tobacco thing? Right?
Good, very good. Yeah, still no. And it was cool for me important for me to do it during the season, because if I knew I'd wait till after the season, I could do it after the season because I'm not around it. But if I do it in season, I'm around it every day, and I can do it in season. All season's gonna be fine. Next season's gonna be fine, and I'll be fine.
Josh, can you kind of take us through Monday?
Thanks, sir. You got it?
Josh, let's talk to you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Good to see you. Thanks, Artie.
Josh, can you kind of take us through Monday? What that day was like? Was it kind of a surprise visit? What did you guys do? Where'd you go? What'd you talk about? How did that sway you?
Yeah, well, it was just like all the other visits, at the meetings, like I just talked about, face to face. Already flew in. I think they were flying to New York, but they made a stop in Texas. Him and his wife. We had lunch, and John was there too, and just talked about what I just said. What their thoughts were future-wise, how I could fit into that, and my wife and I shared things about what we want to accomplish. So we left it at that. I mean, that's it.
At the house?
Period. Huh?
At the house?
Yeah, at the house.
When did Soch get involved much or talk to you? Soch?
Not at all.
No, Monday or Wednesday?
Nope.
Not at all. You
I talked to him Thursday night.
after you had agreed to terms?
But I mean, my thing is, like, no matter where I'm at, you need to get in here? You good? Okay. No matter where I'm at, like where I'm playing, like with the Rangers, I would always ask players about their teammates, their coaches, managers, the surrounding areas living, if they got families, their kids go to school, all those things. So it was like, and not doing it on purpose, but doing it because I actually cared about those things. But understanding that God was really preparing me to already have been doing my homework for this moment, That's pretty cool.
Josh, every ballpark plays a little differently. There's been some talk about, the Texas being more of a launching pad, but an analysis showed that all but one of your home runs would have gone out in Anaheim. What have you learned about how Anaheim plays?
I told you I had more pop than Albert.
No, but, how does it play, and, how do you approach it, or how have you approached it so far?
You're talking about playing in Anaheim?
Yes.
Anaheim? You know what? Learning that, you don't try to hit home runs. You try to do damage with a pitch you get. Whether it be a pitch that's down, up, way, whatever, in, out. So, I've hit balls out left field, left center field here before. So, we'll see. I've never played here every day. So I'm sure I'll learn and adapt with the weather. So we'll see. I don't know.
Josh, did you carry the last game in Texas? Did you bring that with you into the off season at all, or was that gone when you woke up the next morning?
Yeah, I don't carry games with me at all.
More the reaction, I mean, from the
the fans?
Yeah.
No. I mean, I shared my heart after the game, and that's what I meant it. And when I've lived in Texas this whole offseason, and people hadn't worn me out, out in public. I mean, they all support me and tell me they love me, just like I told them I love them. So,
are you worried that'll change? Continue to live in Texas, and when you go out in the off season,
it's one of those things that I don't worry about what people say, or can't control what they say. So I worry about how I portray my relationship with the Lord, period. And people can take that if they want or not. So.
How quickly did you realize that Rangers' home opener was against the Angels, and did you start to think about what that day is going to be like?
Yeah. What about Cincinnati? I mean, that's where I got my first start. I mean, they gave me the first opportunity. I got standing ovation there. I mean, it was just, it's funny to think about God, taking me to Cincinnati, but the spring training was in Sarasota, Bradenton, where everything started, and being there, and then going to Cincinnati, coming to Texas, and now I'm going back to Cincinnati here, and then to Texas, the first two series. So,
is there any concern, Josh, being Southern California? I know this is not LA down here, not even anywhere close, but it's still Southern California. There's still a lot of distractions. Sorry, Deej. There's still a lot of distractions.
Are you a Dodgers guy?
No, but I work the LA Times. And we're pretty much
Down to our neck of the
All right, so say the question again.
There's still a lot of distractions here, a lot more than you would find in Dallas. Any concern about that? The whole lifestyle here is different. A lot.
Oh, trust me, I know the lifestyle's different here.
How do you know that?
Huh?
You can tell, right?
Yeah, I mean, I read LA Times. No.
Good man.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's one of those things. If you want to get in trouble, it don't matter where you're at. If you're in Alaska, Hawaii, where you're at. If you make the choice to do something bad or wrong, you can do it. Period. And that's what I talked about before. I try not to make choices to do bad stuff. Put myself in situations where, what I learned? I learned not to go 1 day to 1 week to 2 weeks to a month. And so no matter where I'm at, if I can keep that 1 day at a time, and that's not just a meetings or a 12-step program thing, that's a life thing for everybody. So I'm excited about it. Doesn't matter. I mean, if I was in New York City right now, I'd be excited about it.
Is there ever, do you live at all with the fear that something could happen? I mean, are you beyond all that?
You talking about like
with you fear that you'll get off track?
Yeah, I mean, I talked about it in the press conference earlier that I don't operate or live out of fear. That's living in the Word and living in God's Word. He is love, and if I'm understanding that He's love, then fear can't exist in that.
So does Chuck, during this whole process, did you speak with anyone at the Rangers? Did they reach out to you at all, or was it just the last, since the winter meetings, that they picked it up? Like trying to get
after the winter meetings was over, I had a, let's see, when was it? Probably, I don't know, it was Friday or Saturday after the winter meetings were over. I had a meeting with JD. I went to his house, took Katie with me. We talked. Yeah, to his house. And
short drive.
Yeah, short drive. And so we talked, and that's where I shared my heart with him. And actually, Thursday afternoon, I had a meeting with Nolan.
After you signed?
Yeah, after it had come out. And I had already had that meeting planned, and they called me Wednesday and said Nolan wanted to meet with me Thursday, but obviously we ended up taking the contract and wanted to keep the meeting with Nolan. Katie and I both went up there and expressed our just our happiness and gratitude for them and what they've done for us over the past few years.
At the ballpark?
At the ballpark, and I think JD had whatever at 5 o'clock or something that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thursday.
We were up there at like 4 o'clock talking to Nolan. So it was good. I mean, the meeting went great. He said he understood. He's been there 4 different times. And he said he also understood what it must feel like, or why you wouldn't be able to play somewhere if you feel like that they didn't give you everything to try to keep you there.
Well, during the season, he had said some things about your performance.
He came out and man to man, he just apologized for it, and it was just a good meeting.
So there's you don't sense there's any hard feelings?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Not between you and Nolan, but you and the organization.
But in general, I hope they wouldn't. I mean, it's one of those things where I'm not going to, and even with my agent, I'm not going to get offers from this team and say, okay, this team offered to this to that team and bid everybody against each other. We don't work that way. We don't think it's right. So offer what you want to offer. Okay, you offer that. You offer what you want to offer, and that's fine. So that's the way we work.
You said something happened in the second half last year. Numbers did tail off some with physical issues. I know the tobacco thing came up.
Yeah. We didn't got time to go into that story.
Josh?
Hungry? Yeah. No, just I don't know. We'll get into it later.
You said on stage, Josh, that the Angels were not one of the teams we were thinking was going to come after you just because of how loaded their outfield was. When you and Mike talked at the beginning of the offseason, you said, okay, Rangers obviously want to talk to you, but what other teams did you think might be good for them?
Ooh. You know what? I was so just letting the process take care of itself that I didn't say, okay, well, I think this team might come in and talk, or this team might do this, or this team might do this. I was just open to whatever. So I didn't have any preconceived ideas about anything. Just open.
Josh, if you had a chance to talk to your new manager about where you might play in the field, where you might be in the line.
Yeah, no, I hadn't. I guess this is over. No, I hadn't even talked about it, hadn't discussed it. He mentioned to me I'd probably be playing left field. So I was like, that's fine. I'm happy to be wherever in that lineup. The batting thing, I've hit fourth a few times. I really sucked when I hit fourth. So, but it's one of those things in spring training, you get that stuff ironed out. If you're going to be in the 4-hole, throw in the 4-hole. If you're going to be in the 3-hole, 2-hole, whatever. The cool thing about this lineup, there's so much flexibility with it. So we'll see what he does in spring training. Whatever he does, we'll make it work.
You would be obviously a WBC candidate, but being starting with a new team.
Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts about whether you'd like to play that or not?
No, I mean, of course, I'd love to represent a new country, but it's one of those things where I want to, be the best I can for the organization. So I don't want to take opportunity to go into that and hurt myself and being out and not playing with this organization. So go to spring training in shape and just continue to get better and learn the guys and learn the coaches and facilities and the area and all that stuff, and just do what I got to do.
Guys, 2 more questions. We're going to give him a break for lunch.
What, LWC?
Probably not.
No.
Yeah, I think.
What about it? I went to an ophthalmologist yesterday. He said 2013, dude.
2013?
Yeah, I'm unbelievable.
But that's not an issue. Ocular colitis.
Yeah, it's not. I stopped drinking like 25,000 milligrams of caffeine a day after I quit dipping. So I didn't realize I was doing it, but I did. So I'm good.
Has reached out to you since you signed it.
Has anybody? Let's see, the news broke at like lunchtime on Thursday, and Albert texted me at like a minute after it broke, and then I called him, and we just started laughing when we said hello. So excited about just being, and I've always hugged Albert and loved on him, and we've talked and opposing and playing against each other, but just being on the same team is pretty special, not only for just playing, but knowing what a man of faith he is and how much he loves the Lord. It's going to be really fun.
I remember
Yeah.
you were at the UW's introductory press conference.
Yeah.
And you said, "Welcome to United States and Rangers."
Yeah.
But obviously, this is business, so you have to face against him next year. What do you say to him?
Don't walk me. I remember the first time we faced each other in spring training, he walked me. So, I don't know. I'm sure I'd be a little nervous, just because of my teammate before, but it is business. So, cool.
Looking forward to seeing you.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I am.